She doesn't know this, but in my mind, I usually call her Ìyàwó wa lápọ́nlé, because she can care, very caring.
Mommy impacts your life even without her, forcing things on you, right? By watching her alone, you can already tell, by watching her mannerisms, how she cares about people, how she takes care of the home, how she makes sure everywhere is clean. You begin to get the sense that this is a person who likes, excellence, who likes things to be done with a certain level of quality.
Number one, she's a child of God. Number two, she's a giver. Number three, she's a good team leader.
She's a very diligent woman. She's a very spiritual woman. Silently and quietly doing her work and also being prayerful about it.
She relates with everybody she's leading, and she has a way of, relating with everybody according to their needs. The high, she can relate with them. The low, she can relate with them. The middle class, she can relate with them. So I love that leadership style. She showed the leadership skill during my late sister's demos, and she brought the family together, even though, I'm sure most people, she's like an open book. But what most people don't really, I think most people don't, maybe from my own, is that she's very, very, very protective of her family.
Her strong trait, or a very evident trait, is that she's a go-getter. I will bring up a story when we had an appointment at the American Embassy, and we were maybe late by about a minute or two. And the way the American Embassy is that once you're late, that appointment is done for the day. But for one way or the other, she was able to convince the security personnel, and and they let us in. And we've seen that time and time again in the way she deals with people. No matter how highly placed or lowly placed, she deals with everyone equally.
For me, I'll say that I've learned patience from her, because I think I'm a little bit short-fused. Then a little bit, I'm beginning to learn that diplomatic way, because I'm very blunt.
It has been so well. Our ministry has been so smooth, and all the children are perfectly all right.
I believe that our people love her, because some people, even while they are there with you, they gave instruction and you look at them with one corner of your eyes and say, who does she think she is? How much more when she was not on ground? She was telling them what to do, and they did it wonderfully.
Sometimes when I see her, I think of her as a one-woman army, right? Somebody who sees something, sets a goal, and goes for it.
So she has impacted me in the areas of faith. She's someone that fears God, and she loves her family dear to heart, and she's instilled in them the fear of God. And this too has been, a bonus for me too. So I've applied that system to my family, and it has been working.
We never had any issues throughout the period that we worked together as wife or provincial pastor and deputy or assistant provincial pastor.
I know the particular value she really instilled in me was integrity. No matter what, you always keep.
Sister Bumi, I would say, it's a woman of virtue. She's a good woman. When you are close to her, you will see there's something that rings about her. And that word is passion. She's passionate about so many things. She's passionate about her family, about her husband, and she doesn't hide it, you see it. About her children, and about the people of God, those that are working closely with her.
She's a true child of God. In my relationship with her, I see the life of Christ in her.
In addition to the things that I mentioned before, as a side note, she likes perfumes. I think that's where I got my love for perfumes as well. Another thing I will say is Just respect and generosity.
She has been a role model because I see her life is a testament to the woman that I want to be when I grow old or grow up. Everything about her, she was the person that I learned business skills from. Growing up, I saw how she was dedicated to her business, dedicated to her family, dedicated to church, her spiritual life. Everything is always on point. Her fashion sense. My mom takes everything to 100.
One moment that usually stands out for me was, I think, the first time we all traveled out of the country. I remember I was in primary 5. It was it was a new experience, so we were all excited. I remember I did not sleep the day before the flight. I was going to Heathrow. And for some reason, we landed in Heathrow, got into a taxi as you would, going to my uncle's place. I had a jewelry box. I don't know if you can still remember. I had a jewelry box, and I love Starbucks. So you can imagine like the change of emotions from excitement to just pure horror. But that was just for that day. The rest of the trip was a lovely time. So I always remember that trip every now and then.
Okay, so I'll pick the adventure part. It will be, traveling as children on family vacations outside of the country as little as, when I was a teenager. And those adventures and those holidays really left an impact on my life. And that's why, it was something that I also wanted from my own new family.
She always wants everyone to be comfortable, everyone to be okay. She always wants you to be in a condition that is perfect.
I think the one thing that comes to mind would definitely be the vacations that we used to take. One very special one that I think I also even still talk about with my friends is the summer of 2009, I believe. We're all, my family and two other family friends, we're all together in one particular house. And then obviously, again, you can imagine how chaotic it can be, and we're a lot, right? And so those are one of the memories that I definitely keep close to home.
Till this day, she's still very energetic, doing many things at the same time, getting up for 5 or 6 latest, at times entering the house for around 11:30, But now, as she enters 60 now, she has no option but to slow down.